course, everybody's welcome. And obviously, hi, everybody's welcome. Life is a free world. It's beautiful, it's moving, it's enjoyable. Don't mean to film people, particularly just glossing over. Give it a cursory advance. Nice old ladies come to sit down here. If you remember my video, the police said, "Oh, you can't sit here." They were saying yesterday. Of course, people are welcome. I mean, it's a free world for us to enjoy and be, courteous. Yeah, that's them. I don't mean to stay on them, but this is what they're trying to chase me away from yesterday. I'm not, trying to own any particular corner. Just people just do normal, just like not come in when you can feel the energy of somebody acting like a spy or trying to fidgety around you, pretending like, they're not there, trying to act as if they bury their head in the sand, and just provocation. And also, malware can be sent by this form of contact. Maybe not to you general guys who are there on the streets, but to somebody like me who's in arduous protest against the pedophile gangs, brutal beasts who man the justice system around the world. And it is around the world, universally, if you want to say that. Have been using all forms of tactics and subversification and wickedness. I'm talking about not just attempts on my life by means of proxy agents starting beefs and wars. Look at my record in the UK to now, and wow, So when you speak against these vile non-entities who man our so-called justice system and so-called elitist positions in our society today, who bestialize and demoralize and brutalize and kill and maim children to start with, and then we go on to other humans. Are not even being arrested, not even being questioned, even the ones who do get arrested. Okay, Michael Battimore, it wasn't a child, but Stuart Lubbock was still a human being, albeit a homosexual, but that's not the point I'm making right now. Somebody was murdered. His father was still looking for justice for him. Michael Battimore was just, sent away, taken off the television, sent to Australia for a while, and then brought back, and then tried to be brought back on Big Brother. It tanked. Can you tell me the people on Big Brother actually signed a contract? Possibly they must have done, because nobody questioned them about that case, because Big Brother's about life, it's about showcasing the reality. No, that wasn't very realistic, was it? Nobody allowed to question Battimore about what happened in the case. 200 people allegedly was at that party. No joint enterprise there. With no joint enterprise law wasn't effective when that happened. Nothing done there. Then we've got the beasts, the one who was the beast of BBC, knighted by the so-called queen, the royal family, the dirty, vile, a lizard bitch, as I call her, a lizard bitch. You're allowed to say some things. I'll tell you, this is also a satirical site. It's not just for serious propagation, and we're not make threats on anybody's lives, even though we may say some things which have already been written in the past of the Bible, something that says, for instance, throw them all off the rocks. If we know who they should be thrown off the rocks or who they're talking about, we can use those analogies because it predates us. And if you want to go into that viewpoint, we'll go there. Anyway, we're here to speak against the vile, disgusting elements who call themselves the royal families, who call themselves the justices, who call themselves the lawyers, the doctors, the judges, the psychiatrists, social workers on the main, nursery workers, elderly care, allegedly givers. These people on the main are beasts. Never learn lessons, always will learn lessons, will fix it. Take a child to a hospital, they don't read the child's properly, give them wrong medication, the child dies. Wow, what's that about? Oh, we're learning lessons, they say. They keep on saying to us. And yet the mass population are just turning a blind eye because of their own addictions of wickedness, which they do also, addicted to any form of escapism, not to see the reality and pretending as if it's not happening. It's not about sweeping, the rubbish under the carpet and there's a big mound in your front room, or the equally weak cliched, there's an elephant in the room, usage. Mate, all those don't even barely scrape the sides of the gravity of the wickedness which we're facing, which we have been facing for centuries. I mean, in Greece, it was an open secret. Gladiators allowed to marry a 6-year-old boy, a gladiator of certain rank. What kind of nonsense is that? You look at the temples, you see depictions of obvious pedophilic regalia and items and icons, bestiality. Wow, it's open. Yeah, people keep quiet. They see that on porn. So imagine that being done to children. Wow, they keep quiet. Seriously, what's that all about? You know, I mean, so this shitstorm, it is a shitstorm, a debased, vile, disgusting, stagnant, repugnant, smelly, fecal wallowing. Any more superlative analogies that we can use that can, adequately describe the gravitas of what we're describing and the vile non-entities that we're talking about, then it's quite welcome. It's all within context of what we're speaking about. I'm for Black Lives Matter too, of course. I'm a brown black man. Allahu Akbar. I'm for the feminist issue. They should need to get it right. Why? Because there's a lot of injustices undermine. And for the ladies, quickly, is this: many ladies these days have this LGBT person being told these days, "Oh, it's my friend." Well, mate, let's just break it down quickly. The fashion industry has been controlled by such people, always have been, openly controlled by homosexuals on the main, men on the main. Some ladies broke through, but even in that industry, it's obvious that the disparages of sexes, is still run by mainly homosexual men. So what does that tell you? It tells us that from beginning to now, it's always been those who want to veer into unnatural behavior, who have always been destroying the earth and the world and the universe, pretending to be, "Oh, we love it, oh, with you, girlfriend, oh yeah, do this, oh look that," and on a bad day, "You fat, you're ugly, you're this," mate, you're not even a real woman. Shut your trap hole. And this is what's going on. I'm not saying we don't lose our temper and our girls sometimes, "You bitch, you that," but it's not sustained like these accessories which women themselves are openly accepting. And then those are the people who are actually causing the major insecurities in women. Like I said, on a day that is upset with them and they all are arguing because they know what to say about the clothes and whatever, the sizes, whatever, all that nonsense. Anyway, women, get with it. And guys, yeah, share your emotion, speak the truth. Nothing wrong with shedding a tear. It's emotional, it's real, it's not fake. It doesn't mean you're soft, doesn't mean you don't have to walk around with a hatchet face. Oh, give it all that. Even some pretty good ladies, I see them walking around with a hatchet face, with the face of a boxer that's just about to engage in combat just before the ring, because even boxers at a press conference pre-combat don't even carry such faces, like continue like, "Oh, aggressor," or they may tease each other sometimes, or fights may kick off sometimes, but generally they don't. Well, look at the mass public now. The majority who are glad to be wearing the masks to hide their stress on their face. Yeah, what's going on now? Yeah, and the most who are wearing the masks, not everybody, but a lot of them wallow in poo-poo. Like I've seen a lot of the ilks from the homosexual trying to give it all that. We're clean. Well, mate, you just wallowed in poo-poo last night. Stop it, mate. Yeah, I don't wear a mask. Look at this ugly face. Homeless, 5 years, 4 months, still homeless. Look at that ugly face. Yeah, ain't contracted no corona. They're still out here. Most of the homeless people you see living, or some of them are not living, just zombieing around, doubled over from heroin, or crack cocaine, or alcoholics. Go and take the statistics on the death on them. Mate, they're not dying. Like cockroaches. So does that say alcohol is good for corona? Yes, of course. Nicotine, of course. Heroin, of course. All these things are good for it, but only used as medication, not sustainable, not continual. That's the point. It is, yeah, for sure. You go and do that statistics. And also, finally, the hand sanitizers. Please, man, stop it. Stop using it prolifically. Stop using it at all. Yes, because the hand sanitizer basically, yes, you're killing all germs on the outside, the bad germs. You're also killing the good bacteria on the outside and within your body. You're killing it completely. use that hand sanitizer for 2 years, you catch a normal flu, you're dead, mate. I'm telling you, if exactly you fall into the categories of people who are infirmed of, the borderlines they've been talking about, obesity, diabetes, which I may have as well. I think I do, but you fall within that borderline. Not exercising enough. So now you're using hand sanitizers, which is technically a fuel, petrol. Okay, maybe not as how do you say, tangy or zangy as fuel in terms of its potency, but just as flammable. Try it. Put it on paper, tissue, let it dry a little bit, not too much, just light it up. Watch it go up in flames and we're rubbing it into our hands. Same as if you're using a bleaching cream. You use the bleaching cream, after a while your skin fades. Same with the hand sanitizers. It's going into your skin, killing all the bacteria which are needed within your body. That's why, in the past they say, oh, it's not good to shower every day. They're lying. Scumbags. If I could shower twice a day, I wouldn't. What they're supposed to say is it's not good to shower every day with soap, with shampoo, with all these homemade cosmetics that, not just homemade, sorry, all these factory-made cosmetics. Homemades are better for you when you're using minimal additives and you're using more natural and biological elements to make your homemade, like all the spray, the links, all that. You think it's smelling nice, but it's all going into your skin, destroying us from within. So by the time we catch the common cold, most of us are going to perish from it. Seriously, it is that bad, And then the hand sanitizer now is even a stronger version of that now. So now we're now using it now prolifically. Sometimes people may rub it in their hands 40 times a day. How is that possible? 40 times a day. What you going to do with that? That's all really, your skin is really soaking that up. Yeah, your skin is really soaking that up, Yeah, that's the point. So try to minimize the use of that, okay? All right. Yes. Well, he waved anyway. He was just stopping for a second. I think this guy on the bike, I try not to film people directly. But it's all part of people wanting to be close to the aura. He's gone away. It's okay, let him be close to the aura. He jumped off like John Wayne. A little kid, 44 years old. He's like 22. Really a kid. Compared to a big man, but still, compared to this is it. But it's good anyway, share the energy, share the aura. But I want people to be direct in their approach. That doesn't seem creepy. If I needed a cigarette, or even I felt like I want to approach a lady because I want to tell her she was nice in the past, I did. Yeah, hello, hi, oh, you look nice, man. Stand on there now. For that, whatever. Like that. I'm not explicit. I'm not vulgar. Never have been. And that's what you can see with these people who are hyper sexualized from the use of drugs, too much cocaine, too much ecstasy, too much whatever they use, and it keeps them hypersexualized and unnatural, just worshiping the flesh. No, it's not about it. We're enlightened people. So what is that if it's not about worshiping the flesh? We came from a mother and a father. That's a natural way. We proceed. Evolution. We continue. Allahu Akbar. So what is the change from, if it's not devious, if it's not away from the natural? Nature controls everything. We came and found nature. Nature did not come and find us, even if we could find some of ourselves in nature. So this is the point. We're going against the natural order. There is no new world order. There is no old world order other than that of the natural order. Naturality. You look at the mineral waters, the drinks, the food, 100% natural. Why do they want to emphasize that point if we're not coming from the natural? But then the behavior is definitely far from being natural. It's actually beastly. It's actually subversive. It's actually inhumane. Wallowing in poo-poo. Haven't anybody told them it's not right? The diseases in the coli, they inhibit this poo-poo, the bacteria. Now those bacteria are not supposed to come out other than within the tract of what it was constructed for, through the canals, through the stomach linings, the walls, the major and minor intestines. That's what it's there for. It's supposed to go through that tract, and that's it. Nothing's supposed to be going in there. If you want to put a thermometer up there for whatever reason, to take a gauge in hospital for whatever reason, because it's easier or it gives a better reading, accuracy, whatever. I don't think you have to, but They do that sometimes in the hospital. What else? Like, what else you want to be doing other than that? A thermometer gauge, or an operation of a tear or something to be sewn back up, or a tear that was caused unnaturally from human brutalizing it. And then you get a tear inside the anal cavity, and imagine the fecal matter from the inside the anal cavity that's got a big tear, and then the fecal matter seeping into the bloodstreams, because it does. Wow, what's going on there, mate? Anyway, I know Chimadek, we have to go now. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Nothing is beyond discussion. We just try to do it appropriately using the correct language. Sometimes, it may be vehement language depending on the scenario. And that's again within context, I should hope. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.